Hey guys, it's Kimber. I am just bringing you an update as promised. I told you that I'd send or put out a video when I hit the 100s, and last Friday, that would have been April the 9th, I think. Friday, April the 9th, I finally hit my goal. Today is Thursday, April 15th. And so I've gotten to rejoice and have all sorts of fun in the 100s already. I'm still only 198, but I'm excited to be here, and I'm so excited that I finally met that small goal. My goal was to hit that number before my 1 year started for the loss, and that started on April 21st. So I met it April 9th, and April 21st is not too far from now. So I'm really excited to meet the goal. I am in ONEderland. Dad joke for you guys. I just also wanted to put together a video, not only to celebrate the time that I've put in and getting to the 100s, but I just also wanted to share the good, the bad, and the ugly. I know I've really only shared the good, and I wanted to share today kind of the ugly. It's not really a video that's going to be really for people to watch, to see the growth. It's more for people who are watching and interested in the bariatric surgery, gastric bypass, and just wondering what all the bad things that can happen or did happen. And I'm not saying that it all will, but this has just been my experience. It's been a great experience. It really hasn't been very much bad, but there is some bad, of course, with every good. My rate of loss has slowed down dramatically this past month. So the first 5 months, I was losing at 12 pounds a month. So that's quite a lot of weight loss just in a quick amount of time. For 5 months, what is 5 times 12? 60. So I was losing very quick, especially those first 5 months. Months 6 through 8, it really slowed down a little, I guess, to 10 pounds a month, which is still 3 months times 10 pounds, it's 30 more pounds. So the 9th month, which is just the one that I finished, on the 8th of March, 2021, I only lost 6 pounds this past month. So I was kind of sad whenever I got on the scales, because I didn't feel like I had done very well, and I felt like I was kind of losing self-control. I was losing, not making very good decisions. I could see some old patterns coming back, which is quite scary whenever you've gone this far. But also I looked back and thought about the shirts that fit or didn't fit as well a month before. So I think I'm losing inches. I'm pretty sure I'm losing inches. Honestly, I haven't been keeping track of measurements. I can't ever measure the same twice. And so I just found that I could tell by the way my clothes fit, especially my t-shirts like this one. So anyway, it has drastically slowed down, but my doctor says that I'll be losing up to 2 years after my surgery, which my surgery, I haven't even hit 1 year yet. It'll be in July. So as of today, I've lost 154 pounds total. 45 of those have been before surgery, and the rest since surgery. So I think that's like 106 or something. I'm not very good at quick math, and I didn't write it down. So, it's really, really slowed down, and that just means I've got to work harder. So there has been lots of hair loss. I usually don't actually wear my hair down, but we have an event tonight at my apartment complex, and so I'm really looking forward to meeting everyone and getting out there and just socializing. Finally, we haven't gotten to do that since I moved in, and I've heard that the parties are really fun. So, but anyway, hair loss. There was quite a bit of hair loss. It started about 5 months and has continued probably for the 5th month, 6th month, and 7th month after surgery. It's really slowed down now. As you can tell, I have lots of hair, so I don't, you can't tell, you know, I'm not like going bald or anything, but my doctor did recommend taking biotin, and so I'm taking the strongest biotin that you can take for over the counter. I think it's 10,000 micrograms or something like that, and I'm still taking those because I feel like it does me good. You know, it's really making my hair softer, I feel like. It's growing my nails, and it's just, I think overall it's just a good vitamin to have. So I'm going to continue taking that, but there has been some hair loss, and it was quite a lot. But I have a lot of hair, so you really couldn't notice. I do have to take vitamins. Some of them are expensive. 3 of the main ones that are specific to bariatric. Actually, I'm gonna go get those. Hold on just a second because I can't remember all of them and I didn't write it down. So hold on just a second. Okay, so I feel like a complete old person whenever I bring out my vitamins, but I am really good at taking vitamins, so it's worked out pretty well for me. So the ones that I take every day, of course, I do take high blood pressure medication still. I tried to get off of the blood pressure medication, and it didn't quite go very well, so I'm still on those and hoping to get off. Last Tuesday, so just 2 days ago, I took my blood pressure and it was 108/74. And so I feel like that's a pretty good number, but last time I was that low and I tried to get off the blood pressure medicine, it went sky high again. So I still don't feel like I'm ready to get off of those, but I'll continue just monitoring it. I do take a tablet each day for, it's called Protonics. It's for GERD and like acid reflux, all of that good stuff. I tried getting off of this and it really upset my stomach. Anything I was eating, it didn't even have to be spicy. So, and I love spicy foods. So it's not long-term really supposed to be taken long-term because it does affect people with osteoporosis and osteoarthritis and things like that. So it's more for people who have osteoporosis. So it can do some damage to your bones because I think it absorbs the calcium or something like that. And so I'm not planning to be on that long term, but I'm hoping to wean myself off. Another thing that here's the biotin that I take. It's 10,000, micrograms, and it's for hair, skin, and nails. So I feel like it does do a number on my skin in a very good way. I usually don't wear anything but eye makeup and lip makeup, and so I feel like it's just kind of makes it more radiant, and I don't really have great skin. I've never really had great skin, but you can't really tell in this video, so except you can tell the redness. I do take a fish oil. Of course, I took that before surgery, and that just keeps everything going. The 3 that are really kind of on the pricey side, the other ones most of them are over the counter or a cheap prescription from your doctor. But this one, it's a probiotic, and of course everybody should be taking a probiotic, but it is the Bariatric Advantage Chewable Floravantage Probiotic. It's in grape. These are really, really good, but they are kind of pricey. I think for 90 tablets, which will last me you take 2 a day, so that lasts me about a month and a half, is about $50. In addition, I take the Bariatric Advantage Chewable Multi in the mixed fruit flavor. These are 60 tablets. You take 2 a day, so they're 30 days worth, and those also cost about $50. So $50 a month plus the other $50 every month and a half, plus these. I actually keep switching calcium. It's calcium citrate. For people who don't know, people with bariatric surgery don't absorb regular calcium very well. So you have to make sure it says citrate right here, this special kind. And you have to take 1,000 milligrams per day of calcium. And the first one that I took that was the same brand, this Bariatric Advantage, they were quite pricey. It was like a 30-day supply for $50. Everything's about $50. And only lasts about 30 days. So, I mean, you kind of gather that up. That's another $150 in your budget that you have to have the rest of your life. So be prepared for the expensive extra vitamins, because your body just can't eat enough to get in the amount of vitamins that you need, and you don't want to end up malnourished and have your blood work show bad numbers. So anyway, this calcium citrate is by the Celebrate brand, and it's only actually about $35 for a month and a half supply, so a little cheaper than the Bariatric Advantage. I am switching over just to try different things to Bariatric Fusion. They were only about $25 for a month and a half supply. I did try one the other day, fruit punch flavor, and it wasn't that great. So I really was impressed with this Celebrate though. The watermelon flavor is really good, and I highly recommend those. If you don't take the Bariatric Advantage multi, the chewable, their other multi that looks like a Starburst, it actually doesn't have iron in it. And I talked with my dietitian, and she told me that I need to have iron in my multivitamins. So anyway, short of the long, they make sure you're getting your iron. Iron by itself was making me nauseous, and so that's why I moved over to this chewable one. And I don't really like the texture of it. It smells really bad. It kind of makes your pee smell bad, but I really think that it's just better for me and my stomach. It doesn't make me sick. So expensive vitamins are kind of the good, the bad, and the ugly part of bariatric surgery as well. Now, the snacks that I keep on hand are going to be way different than anybody usually has. So I usually keep pistachios on hand. I usually keep the Bumblebee tuna kits on hand. You don't have to refrigerate those. But I also like to keep a cheese stick, like a string cheese. And you can also get them at like 7-Eleven now. You can get them at On-Q. And so I really hope that whenever we get to travel again, that I can make good decisions and either get like baked Ruffles. I really liked those whenever I tried them. Baked Cheetos were horrible. I didn't like those. But just little snacks like that are better than a candy bar, better than gummy worms, better than regular potato chips that are greasy. So a lot less fat. But I try to keep those snacks on hand, just healthy snacks to help me stay on track. If you're familiar with bariatric surgery, you have something called dumping syndrome whenever you eat too fast or whenever you overeat or you eat too much sugar. Too much sugar has only happened to me like twice, I think the whole 9 months. One of those was when I ate the sour gummy worms from the vending machine, and it like sent me into a diabetic shock where I was sweating and I felt really weak. I felt like I needed to lay down. I just felt horrible. But I don't have a sweet tooth, so. But I do eat too fast and I do eat too much. So I do get dumping syndrome probably 2 to 3 times a week. Even though I really try to portion my stuff out, I count my bites. Sometimes I still like lose track and just keep eating. I'm watching Netflix or something while I'm eating. That's a distraction, which I should be a little bit better than that by now. But I'm really trying. Every day I try harder and harder to count my bites and to really just be conscious on how much I'm eating so that I don't overeat and that I don't eat too much at one time. Usually my 10 to 12 bites are split into 5 to 6 bites at a time. So I'll do 5 or 6 bites, put the timer on for 5 to 10 minutes, go back 5 to 10 minutes later and eat the other 5 to 6 bites. So there is a lot to get used to, and sometimes you forget that you that you have to eat a different way the rest of your life. So there is dumping syndrome, and that's what that is. There is a lot of loose skin. I'm kind of embarrassed to show you guys, but like my arms have always been chunky and now they're horrible looking. So you will never catch me in a sleeveless shirt until I have surgery to correct that. I haven't really noticed a whole lot of loose skin on any place else. My legs are pretty much conforming to the new shape, I guess. The only part that really hasn't, of course, my belly, I have a big belly anyway, but it's kind of shrunk too. I mean, it's still big, but not like my arms. So I would like to get, after I lose all of my weight, probably 2 years out from my surgery date, I'll start getting information together on getting a like tummy tuck or some kind of liposuction surgery, because my arms really bother me. I know we all have something that we're self-conscious about, and my arms are where it's at. So they're just not very pretty, and I just wish I could like chop off the fat right there. And I like the bottom part of my arms, but the top part right here is so ugly. And so just expect to have loose skin, and kind of expect that in your budget too, to have surgery if that's something that's going to be bothersome to you. I have been working out. I've been lifting weights for three and a half months now, and I haven't seen a change in my arms. So I'm sure it would be worse if I didn't do the weights, but I mean, I kind of expected that to help out a little, and I haven't seen much change. So that is one of the ugly side effects of bariatric surgery, gastric bypass. Another thing is bigger shoes. So none of my shoes fit anymore. In fact, I have a foot injury right now because my shoes are so big. They rattle around in my tennis shoes. They really rattle around in my like flat shoes. I can't even hardly wear flat shoes. I have to like double and triple up on my socks so that they'll fit. I'm not quite ready to buy new shoes yet, first of all, financially, but second of all, I feel like there's going to be a little bit more change, so I'd like to wait until I lose about 50 more pounds to buy new shoes, because I feel like it'd be a waste of money if I just have to buy shoes again. But expect that. Of course, you're gonna see a change in your clothes, everybody knows that, but not many people think about your shoes. And shoes are expensive, so just kind of keep that in mind. That's kind of one of the ugly, expensive things that you have to put up with whenever you do gastric bypass. There is a quick change in sizes. Luckily, I had multiple sizes stored in my storage unit, and so I really haven't had to buy many clothes at all. Of course, some of the ones I had are out of style by now, since I haven't worn these clothes in like 10 years. But I did keep them, and so I've kept them this whole time, and I haven't had to come up with much. Just a few items here and there, like a pair of black dress pants. I do wear a lot of workout equipment, t-shirt and yoga pants, tennis shoes. That's kind of like my daily thing. But I am working from home, so I can do that and not be ashamed of doing that. I am actually starting a new job on Monday. Today's Thursday. I'm starting it on Monday, and I'll be going in the office 4 times a week. So I'm excited because it is kind of a changeover from COVID, but also just something new that I haven't really gotten to do since I started losing weight, and I'm excited to get back in the office and wear normal clothes. But I think I'll have to come up with a little bit more. I only have like 2 pairs of pants that fit right now. I'm kind of in between sizes. And so they're way too big and look like parachute pants, or too small and they like cut into my stomach. So I'm right there in the middle. In my last video, I didn't mention 2 things that I really wanted to mention that were important to me. And so I'd like to share those with you guys. That's kind of the end of the ugly list that I have here. So 3 things that are positive that are going on right now that I'm really excited about. I have this magical moment in late February. So today is mid-April, it's April 15th. In late February, I went to Lane Bryant, the plus size store, to buy some more black dress pants. Well, if you don't know, Lane Bryant is like at least $80 for 1 pair of pants. So just think if you have to buy 5 pairs of pants for work. it gets very, very expensive very quick. So I went to the dressing room. I tried on an 18 because that's what size I am right now. So I tried on an 18, and unfortunately, fortunately, I'm sorry, they fell off. I mean, they were just so big, and I was like, you're kidding, I'm gonna try a 16. So I went out there, got a pair of 16s, went back in the dressing room and tried those on. And I was so excited. It was just a magical moment, guys. I wish you could have joined me there. And I was gonna make a video actually in the dressing room, but I didn't think that'd be appropriate. But I did take a picture, and I'm probably not gonna post it because I was crying. But it was very emotional. There's a lot, excuse me. There's a lot that, as a bigger person, you've always dreamed of doing, or dreamed of fitting into. And a 16, whenever I tried those on and they fit, guys, it was great. Sorry, I didn't plan to cry. But it was just a magical moment, and I was so happy. I did start crying in the dressing room, and I called my mom, and I was so happy to share the news with her. Sorry, I don't cry often. But anyway, it was a magical moment, and I was so excited to be there, and just things that I never thought I'd get to do, like run a 5K very easily, I've been able to do. Not run a 5K yet, but I'm in the process of training. So anyway, it was just a magical moment, and it was so special to me. It was about as special as hitting the 100s. And so it was just a good feeling. And I didn't get to share that in my last video. I totally forgot about it. Actually, it had already happened. But it was just a great moment that was really, I wish you guys could have been there. I can cross my legs now. I used to not be able to cross my legs. So in church, about a month ago, I crossed my legs like without realizing it. And I, nudged my mom to the side, and I said, Mom, I can cross my legs. And, she did a silent clap for me, but, it was really, something again that I've just never done, that you don't realize the little things that fat people can't do, that they want to do. And crossing your legs is something that just makes me personally feel more comfortable, feel more feminine, just more relaxing. And I am so glad that I'm able to cross my legs. So just the little things like that, that I couldn't do before. The last thing that I'm going to share, because this video is running on 23 minutes, and I tried to stick with 15 each time, and it doesn't work. But the last thing, I actually got accepted into the OU Masters of Social Work program, and I start this fall. My goal with that, it's a 3.5-year program through OU, so it is going to be a little bit lengthy, but I think it's starting at a good time in my life, where I can take the things that I've learned during this time of weight loss and carry it over into real life that gets busy. And of course, life is busy anyway, but I mean, just add school into the mix and it makes it even busier. So, but what I'm hoping to do with the Masters in Social Work after 3.5 years is work in a transitional home or run my own. I don't know if you guys have heard about Branch 15, but it's, I volunteered with them for a while, and their purpose is really near and dear to my heart. It's a transitional home that helps women come out of incarceration, come out of really any bad situation, prostitution, homelessness, although they don't really focus on homelessness. It's really focused on more people who've been incarcerated, but anybody can apply for the program and live in this transitional home for up to a year, typically a year. And I would like to help women specifically and navigate and help them back into the world, get their license, get a car, get a job. I mean, all resources that, I mean, I've been in recruiting and I really enjoyed it. And I think that piece goes well with my background in human resources. So my bachelor's degree is in human relations. And so I really feel like that is right up my alley. I've also thought of maybe doing something with YWCA eventually, being a counselor there. Domestic violence is really, it's really prevalent, but it's really has a background in parts of my family. And so I do hold that near and dear as well. So being a domestic violence counselor at YWCA or helping out at Palomar. I have a friend who used to work at Palomar, and she was always, having really good things to say online about it. But last but not least, if neither of those tracks work for my master's in social work, I would like to be an elementary school counselor or do clinical work in like EAP counseling or something like that. So anyway, just kind of discovering all of what I can do, not only through weight, but through education and just a whole new life. So I'm so glad that you guys stuck around for this 26 minutes to be with me and understand where I'm coming from. I do apologize it's so long, but I just had a lot of information that I totally forgot to share in the last video that was already running really over time. So thank you guys for listening, and I really hope that you'll still follow my journey. I'm hoping to give you an update at the 1 year mark. Today's April 15th, and the 1 year mark will be July the 8th. So 2 or 3 more months, and I can't wait to provide you an update. Hopefully I am anywhere from 20 to 30 pounds lighter than I am now. So today I stand at 198.7, and I'm hoping to be down at that next video. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.